Continue a project, to start a project, and to finish one gives one satisfaction of different magnitudes. These are the memories that I cherish. CEB was a home away from home all the time throughout the 34 years of my service. When I get up in the morning tomorrow, I will start feeling the vacuum. I will miss so many things, and one that occupies the top berth will be the lunchroom. That is the place where you will have to struggle to put your two penny worth if Lokka is around. Philosophical Gamunu was always there to put forward his hypothesis. Some were seen and not heard. All in all, that is one place I will miss. My lunchroom episode started with my first year. We young ones used to sit in silence while stalwarts like Mr. Subasinghe batted. We learnt at their feet. The experience was invaluable. Sadly, today I see only old faces, not a single young engineer in the lunchroom. This appeal of mine is to the younger engineers in the head office. Don't let a tradition die. My tenure of service was not a bed of roses, but I could make it one, thanks to the support I got from you. I was moved emotionally by the kind words you spoke, the efforts you made to arrange farewell parties at Anuradhapura and Kuliyapitiya, the areas I haunted as AGM Region 1. Thank you, Generation. Thank you, Karunaratna. I appreciate the efforts taken by all of you, and Kirti in particular, for arranging this farewell party for us. Thank you very much. I remember with gratitude my predecessors who molded us to what we are today. I thank my present colleagues for their cooperation, and I wish good luck to my successors. I was not born with a silver spoon. My pet area was rural electrification, as my beginning was also from a village. I was able to make the best use of free education and could qualify as an engineer way back in 1974. I remember with love my poor parents who did everything to make me a useful citizen. The basic engineering degree was the output they wanted. The outcome was what I could give to the society during my professional career. I am happy that I have lived up to their expectations. I can remember very well the day I took over, the people who were present, the support I had at the beginning. At my time of retirement, I can proudly say that I had gained more support than the time that I started. Ladies and gentlemen, I am indebted to the Engineers Union in particular, and all other unions in general, for their unstinted cooperation. It was the Engineers Union that was spearheading the battle for natural justice. It was the Engineers Union that was behind me right throughout this difficult period. It was the Engineers Union members who spent tireless nights in planning strategies to bring the truth to light and make the public and those who matter aware of the injustice meted to me. It was the union that is still fighting to make CEB a conducive place to work. It was the union that is fast trying to build trust among employees. Thank you, Mr. Seram, and all members of the union. Like in the famous story, The Footprints in the Sand, it was the Engineers Union that carried me to safety at the latter part of my struggle for survival against gross injustice. A few of you are aloof to the Engineers Union. It is the one and only strength you have to stand up to the tyranny that comes up once in a while. Please don't be different. Be a part of it. I am extremely happy that this case of mine was a catalyst for all the unions to get together unconditionally for a cause. They were not fighting for my rights, but for the rights of the CEB. I am sure now we have reached an enviable position where 40-odd unions and 15,000 employees had expressed their unique solidarity for a cause, for justice. This unity should go from strength to strength. My only wish is that this unity between unions should be a permanent feature, like the sun and the moon. That would be a fitting legacy that I can leave behind, a legacy that I can be proud of, a legacy that will go down in history. So many people have vouched to get to the roads with me. What more satisfaction can a mortal have at the end of a career than this? Please pass my message, that is the unity of all employees, regardless of disagreements we naturally have, for the sake of saving this hallowed institution, and my gratitude to all employees in CEB. Now the juicy story I promised, the abrupt ending of my professional career. Friday the 13th is world famous for bringing bad luck, and so it was for me. I had submitted my explanations to the chairman CEB for reinstating Susanta and was on leave from 13th Friday to 16th Monday. I received a bombshell on Friday night, the much controversial letter refusing my explanations, the most degrading letter that one could ever get, which was to be followed by a charge sheet and a letter of interdiction, as reliably understood later. It was Friday night, time was ticking, we were helpless. Ladies and gentlemen, one bitter truth that I realized was that there is no one, I stressed no one, to give you correct advice or even speak a word on your behalf when you are really in trouble. On that fateful 13th Friday night, my husband Tilak contacted not one but two very senior cabinet ministers, and one gave us the correct and the best advice anybody could have given. If not for his advice, it would have been a different story. Thank you, sir. It was he who wanted us to contact His Excellency the very next day. I was dressed up to observe Atasil and not Dasasil. It was 7 a.m. I was nervous, but I did contact His Excellency the President direct and requested for his intervention. I could do this, my friends, as I had no skeletons in my cupboard, nor was I living in a glass house. Saturday night, the secretary has got instructions from the President, which was conveyed to the chairman in writing. Sunday we were in Samanalawewa, reading contradictory stories of my being interdicted, suspended, services terminated, dismissed, and so on. In spite of the presidential order, what followed in the media to tarnish my image, not as a person, but as your GM, is no secret and is well known.